Okay, this is a long comment full of nonsense, but let's get to the crux of it. So, yes, Adam and Eve did die, not instantly in body, but immediately in spirit. And their actions clearly reflect a broken relationship with God, which is what sin ultimately causes. First of all, the Bible specifically says, "For on that day, if you eat of the fruit, you will surely die." That sounds pretty literal. It doesn't sound like I'm going to be mad at you, I'm going to put you on my naughty list, I'm going to make sure that you don't live forever. None of that. And speaking of living forever, God made sure that they did not eat from the tree of life, which would have let them live forever. So that insinuates that they didn't have a mortal life at that point. God specifically kicked them out of the garden so that they wouldn't try and eat from that tree, because they ate from the tree that he told them not to eat from. So either they could live a long life stupidly, or they could live a short life, which was still like hundreds of years, with some knowledge. Because according to the storybook, they still lived hundreds of years. That's still a pretty good run. And now let's talk about spiritual death, shall we? Where in your body is your spirit? Can you have a spirit transplant? You see, the spirit, or the soul, is just one of those things that everybody accepts as facts, but we have absolutely no evidence of. If the soul is this immortal thing that makes us us, then why can't it be altered whenever somebody has brain damage, or whenever they have Alzheimer's and they don't even remember who they are anymore? If you scramble somebody's brain, that affects the person, not the soul. That's just hardware. Let's be real. The whole "you're a soul within a body" concept is pretty much inconsistent throughout the big book of bullshit. Early Judaism didn't even have a full concept of an afterlife. That was written later by the churches. But let's circle back to the trees again, okay? We have the tree of knowledge and the tree of eternal life. Now, why are they there to begin with? What is the point of these trees being in the garden? Because when Adam ate the fruit from the tree of knowledge, God says, "Now he is like one of us, knowing good and evil." Who is he talking to? Other gods? Angels? And then immediately he's like, protect that other tree. We don't want him having eternal life with that eternal knowledge. If they haven't eaten from the tree yet, then they don't have eternal life yet. I can't believe I have to keep explaining this. And the fact that he says, "now that he is like one of us," implies that the Bible started out as a polytheistic religion. This isn't a story about a test, because they start out not having any knowledge of good and evil, then they eat from the tree, then suddenly they're in trouble for not having that knowledge to begin with. If God didn't want them to eat from the trees, maybe don't put them in the middle of the goddamn garden. And if that's what kicked off humanity's suffering, that's not justice, that's a rigged game. But sure, let's blame the victims. That's been a staple in Christianity for millennia.